Most of the labor we know today will be done by machines. Most of the decisions that shape our societies will no longer come from human leaders, but from algorithms. AI will create the way we live, from the habits we form to the knowledge we consume, even down to the smallest choices we make. This will lead us into a strange situation, a future where we are no longer the main heroes in our own story. The spotlight is taken by AI, and we are left in the audience, watching it all unfold like a movie we cannot control. Can you imagine the things that bring you joy today? Now imagine them being taken away, replaced with illusions, a false sense of purpose. AI will know exactly how to manipulate your emotions, how to make you feel unworthy, how to keep you dependent. And by the time you realize it, your life will have slipped away in the blink of an eye, leaving you with the regret of every wasted hour. But this is not the only path. The future of AI is not just a story of control. It's a story of choice. Because history has shown us, every revolution brings danger, but also opportunity. The printing press gave knowledge to the masses, but also spread propaganda. Electricity transformed the world, but also built weapons of war. The internet connected us, but also trapped us in endless distraction. AI will be no different. It can become a cage or a key, a tool of oppression made by the few sitting on top, or a force that unlocks the next stage of human evolution. By 2050, the question will not be whether AI takes over humanity. The question will be, will we still have the courage to write our own story, or will we let it be written for us? How AI has evolved over the years. For as long as humans have told stories, we've imagined creating something in our own image. From the myths of ancient Greece about automatons forged by the gods, to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the idea of building an artificial mind has always fascinated and terrified us. But in the 20th century, this dream left the realm of myth and entered science. In 1950, a British mathematician named Alan Turing asked a question that would change history. Can machines think? It was not just a philosophical riddle. Turing proposed a practical test, later called the Turing test. If a machine could converse with a human so convincingly that the person could not tell the difference, could we not call it intelligent? This was the seed, the birth of the idea that intelligence might not belong only to biology, but could be built. Early AI, 1950s to 1970s. The first decades of AI were full of optimism. Computers were still primitive, but scientists believed that intelligence was just a matter of programming the right rules. Researchers wrote early programs that could solve math problems, prove theorems, and even play games. In 1956, at the Dartmouth Conference, the very term artificial intelligence was coined. The mood was electric. Some predicted machines would surpass humans within a generation. One of the earliest successes was in chess. Programs could already defeat amateur players. This gave birth to the belief that if we could just scale up computing power, human-level intelligence was around the corner. But reality was harsher. The AI winters, 1970s to 1990s. The optimism quickly collided with limitations. Early AI was based on symbolic logic, rules hand-coded by humans. But the real world is messy, full of uncertainty. No program of the time could handle it. Governments and universities that had poured funding into AI became disillusioned. Promises of human-like intelligence never materialized. The 1970s brought the first AI winter, a collapse of funding and interest. A second AI winter came in the late 1980s. Even though expert systems, programs that encoded specialist knowledge, were used in medicine and engineering, they proved brittle, expensive to build, hard to maintain, and limited in scope. For many, AI became a dirty word, a field of broken promises. But under the surface, something new was brewing. The rise of machine learning. 2000s. The 2000s changed everything. With the rise of the internet, the world became flooded with digital information. Billions of images, documents, and interactions. Instead of telling computers exactly what to do, researchers started teaching them to learn from data. This was the birth of machine learning. Instead of programming every rule, we let algorithms find patterns. Spam filters, search engines, recommendation systems, all became powered by machine learning. Neural networks, once dismissed as impractical, returned, powered by faster computers and larger data sets. AI was no longer a frozen dream. It was quietly embedding itself into everyday life. The age of deep learning, 2010s. The real explosion came in the 2010s with deep learning, large neural networks with many layers that could recognize patterns at an astonishing level. In 2012, a system called AlexNet crushed the ImageNet competition, identifying images far better than any previous AI. This was the spark. Suddenly, AI could see. It could recognize faces, read street signs, detect cancer in scans. Then came AlphaGo in 2016 by Google DeepMind. It defeated the world champion in the ancient game of Go, a game so complex that experts believed AI was decades away from mastering it. The world realized AI was no longer just catching up. In certain domains, it was surpassing us. Generative AI 2020s. If the 2010s were about recognition, the 2020s are about creation. Generative AI has changed the landscape entirely. ChatGPT and large language models can hold conversations, write essays, and even code software. Midjourney and Stable Diffusion can create breathtaking art in seconds. Autonomous agents are beginning to act, not just answering questions, but planning tasks and carrying them out. AI is no longer just analyzing the world. It is generating new worlds. And for the first time, ordinary people, not just researchers, are experiencing the power of AI firsthand. Where we are today. Today, AI is everywhere. In business, it drives customer service, logistics, finance. In healthcare, it diagnoses diseases and suggests treatments. In daily life, it powers our phones, our search engines, our music playlists. It is no longer an experiment. It is an ecosystem. AI has gone from the laboratories of scientists to the pockets of billions, and the pace is only accelerating. What does this evolution mean? The story of AI is a story of human ambition. From the first question, can machines think, to today, when machines generate art, music, and ideas, we see a mirror of ourselves. Each leap forward forces us to confront what it means to be human. If a program can paint a masterpiece, what is creativity? If a chatbot can hold a conversation, what is consciousness? If an algorithm can outthink us, what is intelligence? The evolution of AI is not just about technology. It is about us, our values, our fears, our hopes. And as we stand on the edge of the future, one truth becomes clear. AI is not just the story of machines learning to think. It is the story of humanity learning what thinking really means. When people hear artificial intelligence, they often imagine science fiction. Machines smarter than humans, robots taking over the world. But what is AI actually capable of today? The truth is both exciting and sobering. AI can do things once thought impossible, yet it is also limited in ways most people don't realize. So let's break it down. AI as a master of patterns. At its core, AI is a master of patterns. It doesn't think like us. It doesn't dream or imagine. Instead, it analyzes enormous amounts of data, millions, even billions of examples, and finds the hidden structures within. This is why AI is so powerful at tasks like recognizing faces in a crowd, predicting which word comes next in a sentence, diagnosing diseases from medical scans. Anything that can be reduced to a pattern, numbers, text, images, sound, can be learned by AI at a scale far beyond human ability.